I was not going to admit, if you'd have held a gun to my head, I was not going to admit that I had a seizure. People are not aware of epilepsy. They automatically assume that you're going to fall to the ground and foam at the mouth and shake. Nobody realizes that somebody just staring off into space could be having a seizure. I specifically remember 3rd grade. I was very cautious about letting anybody know that. I used to call it that funny feeling. I had a friend of mine who sort of always knew to take the sign. She would know that she had to hold my hand till it was over. I think high school was a lot harder. You're a little bit older and it starts to scare you a little more. Only a few of my very, very close friends knew my secret. When I met Scott, I was not going to let him know my history book. We were at Cedar Point and I had a seizure. Friends were there with us and basically went through the steps with Scott and what we need to do. So I had it all planned on the way home, you know, what my breakup speech was going to be. And turns out we were married a year later. He didn't want to hear the speech.
Epilepsy is a big thing, but it never bothered me like it bothered other individuals. I always worried about Annie.
I could wake up in the morning and I would know that sometime today something's not going to be right. Went on a lot of medications, Depakote, and after Depakote we went back on Dilantin and then Falbitol. As the risk in Falbitol kept coming out, my doctor kept bringing it to my attention. I continued to stay on it because I was not willing to go back to my life in a fog. I just was not willing. When the death rate had climbed relatively high, he said, I need you to know that this is where we are. I'm not going this way anymore. I met a very nice young doctor at the Cleveland Clinic. He showed me a whole different view of what epilepsy is and what epilepsy can be, and that there were enough medications out there, but more importantly, I might be a candidate for brain surgery. And there was the happiest day of my life when I got the call that said, you're accepted. And to me, it was the only choice. Every year on October 14th, we celebrate. We truly believe it was October 14th that changed our life for our future. And that was the day of the surgery. And I felt so much better that I could actually wake up in the morning and know what day of the week it was. It was big difference.
When we got married, we never had the possibility of having children.
I can't describe what that's like when you have spent your life planning on not having children and then all of a sudden you get a gift. Something I would never have seen had surgery not been a success.
And those are miracles. The Cleveland Clinic experience that we had with all the doctors and everything, it's been life-changing for the better.
Dr. Najim for being the right man in the right place, hearing my story, and Dr. Bingaman making it sound like, not a big deal, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to remove this off the temporal lobe, you'll be fine. Hair grows back. There are enough medications, there's enough medical treatments, surgery has come a long way. Don't settle for anything until you've tried everything. I've been seizure-free since October 14th, 1999.